Okay guys, let's talk Ozempic. I cannot believe also that I'm sharing this on the internet. Please like and subscribe for this, because this is like actually a very big deal for me to share. This is really so personal, and I feel like, honestly, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate. First things first, you know the rule to my channel: when I drink, you drink. It does not have to be an alcoholic beverage. Mine will be. Today I'm drinking a vodka cran. If you are considering doing this, please watch this in its entirety, because there are going to be a lot of things that I say along the way that I wish I would have known. And because I haven't formatted it in a specific like order, it's going to be just in here somewhere. I want to talk about this because I was looking for information or like reviews online and I couldn't find anything. And I want to just say up front, this is really hard for me to talk about, because I am talking about a vulnerability of mine, which is like obviously weight loss and weight gain. So I hope nobody's offended by anything that I say, and I'm not suggesting that you do this. I did. I just want to give my feedback to help others, basically. I had a friend who had a girlfriend. He posted a picture or something and I was like, oh, she looks so pretty. Like, what's she doing? Like, what's she doing? He's like, oh, I think she lost like a lot of weight. She looked, I mean, homegirl was already beautiful, but this girl looked stunning. Okay, stunning. And I was like, all right, what the fuck did she do? You need to tell me right now, because I need to do it. Whatever she's doing, whatever diet, whatever fad, whatever it is, I need to do it. And whole time online, I'm hearing about this like Ozempic. And he's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I think she's doing like a shot. And I was like, oh my God, is it Ozempic? Because I had been trying to figure out where people are getting this stuff, because Ozempic, for anyone who doesn't know, it is, and correct me below, like I said, I'm not a doctor, so okay. Basically, people are taking it for weight loss, but it's meant for diabetics. I looked it up and I couldn't find anything. I'm just hearing that it's like really hard to get. So I'm like, oh my God, is it Ozempic? Is it Ozempic? Can you ask her? He goes, you can ask her. I was like, bitch, that is so rude. Like, I don't even know the girl that well. Like, you want me to ask her if she's on Ozempic? That's so rude. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna ask her. You ask her. He's like, no, she's like really chill. She's not being secretive about it and whatever. So I was like, okay, fine. Bro, and I'm gonna tell you right now, like how desperate I was to lose weight. I really DM'd this girl. Drink break. I really DM'd this girl. And she was so nice about it. She sends me like all this information, totally open, which props to her, because I feel like a lot of people who know about this or have access to it really gatekeep it. And she did not. And I really want to shout her out, but I really don't know if she'd feel comfortable with me saying who she is. So anyway, she messages me and she's like, oh, it's actually this thing. It's a shot called semaglutide or semaglutide. I don't know how you say it to this day. So my apologies for probably butchering that. And she sends me the place to go get it. And I was like, oh my God, so is it like Ozempic? And from my research, it's basically like the generic form of Ozempic, or it's like Wegovy. Basically, they're all kind of in the same like family class. And somehow you could go to like the spa and get it. Girl, I have been working. I've been doing 20,000 steps a day. Like, I will do anything at this point to lose weight. I don't care what the risks are. I do care what the risks are. And let's talk about that. Drink break. Yes, let me tell you, like, I guess kind of her results and why I was so, like, I was like, I need this now. She did this drastic change, and like I would say a couple of months. I don't want to say exactly, but I want to say she lost like 15 pounds maybe in like a month or 2 months. And I was like, girl, whatever you are doing, I need to do. So she gives me the information for this place. She said I could text them, so I texted them. They messaged me back. It was like, here are the requirements, okay? Now, did I specifically meet these requirements? I don't know. All I know is that they gave it to me and I wasn't asking questions because I wanted it. Here's what it says. Semaglutide is FDA approved for a BMI over 27. Initial consultation cost is $150, which includes your first injection. Oh, the price has changed. That's interesting, because it says the following injections are only $87, but I've been paying way more than that. So when did this change, guys? I was like hella nervous. So I'm asking homegirl, we're gonna call her Jackie. I asked Jackie, I'm like, Jackie, what do I do? Like, what do I do to get this? She's like, just go in, say you've been like struggling with your weight, you know, if it's like true and factual, you've done everything and you want to try this. Before I went in, I was looking at their website. This really did scare me, and this is one of the things that I'm talking about that I hope you hear if you are considering this. There was like a disclaimer on their website that said something about lab rats. The rats or mice that they conducted the studies on were known to develop thyroid cancer. That is a big thing, okay? That's terrifying. And so for that reason alone, I understand why most people wouldn't even consider it. You know, I am the guinea pig. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I'll just try it, and I'm probably against, you know, my own well-being. And I was like, you know what? She did it. She's fine. I'll do it. That is not very wise. So I do not recommend taking that method in life, but I do. I go in, they do these tests, basically like blood tests, and make sure that everything is okay before moving forward, because they want to make sure, you know, obviously they're not like liable for you getting sick. I will say some people that I know did not do the tests. Whether they went to a different place or not, I don't know. And I also don't know if you are able to get this from your doctor. I'm just telling you what I did, okay? So if you probably Google like semaglutide shots or spa or something like near you, it'll probably come up. But listen, don't click off yet, because I'm gonna talk to you about it. I think it is a very serious thing to consider, because we do know that rats or mice did develop thyroid cancer, and that people without diabetes have not really been taking this up until recently. And so since this Ozempic / semaglutide, whatever it is so highly regulated, you are only able to up your dosage after a month on the same dose. So everyone starts at 0.25 milligrams according to this place, right? And that's for the first 4 weeks, okay? So mind you, you're paying about $100. And I would say for me, the prices range from $100 to $150. Yeah, so that's for the first 4 weeks. So you're supposed to take this injection once a week, and you can put it either in like your stomach or your thigh. And to be honest with you, the first like 3 weeks, I didn't feel much of a difference. And I'm like, girl, I'm spending like that 3 weeks, that's like damn near $300. Like, why am I paying $300 for something that's like not really working? And now everyone's body is different. Because like I said, for my friend, obviously it worked really, really well for her. And I think she felt the effects like pretty much immediately. I don't know what it is with my body that was like it was just not working. I lost like 3 pounds. But I was working out and eating healthy. Like me losing 3 pounds, I could do that easily without Ozempic or without the shot. And it wasn't curbing my appetite. Now, mind you, I have taken Adderall, if anyone is familiar with that. It's for ADHD. So I'm in my head comparing this to how it would feel on Adderall. And I was like, Adderall actually like did suppress my appetite. Even though I wasn't using it for that, it did suppress my appetite. This doesn't really feel like it's doing that. So that's just like food for thought. I want you to know my honest, genuine experience. So I already spent $300 with like only losing like 3 pounds. And I'm like honestly kind of pissed off about it, but also I know everyone's body is different. And also I know that it really does work, because it like literally it worked for my friend. So it's like my 3rd month now, and I drink break. It's really frustrating. They want your body to like basically adjust, because there could be side effects. Like I think it was like constipation, nausea, all these side effects. I had none. I did feel like lethargic the next day, but I have no idea if that was related to it at all. I cannot believe also that I'm sharing this on the internet. Like, please like and subscribe for this, because this is like actually a very big deal for me to share this, because it's really so personal. And I feel like, honestly, I'm gonna get a lot of hate and attacked, because I know that like Ozempic has been kind of hard for people to come by who like actually need it. I just want to say I'm sorry, and I hope that it's Ozempic and semaglutide are different, but I don't actually know, and I apologize. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I just want to be skinny like you guys, okay? So basically, hundreds and hundreds of dollars were spent, because you have to be on each dose. So it goes from like 0.25 milligrams, which is the starting dose, to 0.5, to 0.75, to 1 milligram. And each time you basically have to wait like a month to up the dosage. So if you think about it, you're paying a lot of money. And the crazy thing is the syringes are essentially the same price. So like even though it's like double the dosage, the price is almost exact. Maybe it's like $25 more for a syringe, because you're paying for a syringe. And actually, let me show you what they look like. The liquid is pink. It's like a light pink, and you pay the same price. It's kind of like when you do filler, you know how you pay for a syringe no matter how much you use, like you're paying per syringe. This is kind of like that. So the place I went to, they let you take 3 or 4 home. You got to basically get your dose for the month, and you could just like pay up front, and they would let you take it with you. And then you can do the injections at your house. I would say that it didn't really seem to start working for me until I got up to like 1 milligram / 1.5. And mind you, I don't know if I should say this. Can I be totally honest with you? I just basically skipped a couple weeks and doubled the dosage. I got up to 0.5 and I just took 2.5s just to see if it would work, because honestly, I was very, like, I'm spending hundreds of dollars at this point and it's not really working. I am like, should I even keep going through this? And from what I know, in the past, they used to increase the dosage, like depending on how your body was reacting. But now, since it's so regulated, they don't do that anymore. And you have to follow these like 1 month increments or whatever. So that's what I did. I don't recommend, you should not do that. But that's when I noticed that it actually did work. At that point, I decided to proceed and take the dosages as recommended. But again, like that's the part that's like, you're basically throwing away your money to get to the dosage that actually will do something. So if you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars, maybe don't do this. I'll be honest. I don't think it's worth it. I had already started, so I just kept going. My results, I lost probably 8 pounds in like 2 months or 3 months. I'm 5'0", so for me that's a lot. But I will say that I didn't really feel the effects until I got to like the 1 milligram. That is very important, very, very, very important. So that takes like what, like 2 months, 3 months of being on it before they will actually raise it. I don't know, look at the chart and you can figure it out, but it's a lot of money. I will say that I was a little bit disappointed because of everyone else's experience with it. Like everyone says that it works. And so I'm like, maybe I'm just like, am I getting like a defective batch or something? And that's what I was thinking. And then I noticed that when I went in, and this is like no shade to the place because they've been great to me. I did notice that when they give you the syringes, they would leave the room and come back with them. Like they didn't pull the like medicine straight out of the vial in front of me. So really they could be giving me anything, not saying that they are, but when it wasn't working, I started kind of questioning it, I guess. And then something else that happened that was kind of, I don't know if I should say that because that's just my internal thought. Like they didn't really do anything to me that was like that sketchy, but that was an internal thought that I did have. Another thing that was kind of odd was when I first went in, the liquid was like very bright pink, and it was only a little bit in the syringe. And then the next time I came, they were like, oh, we kind of changed the pharmacy that we get it from, so the liquid is a little bit, it's gonna be more liquid, but it's still the same amount of dosage. And I was sitting here like, why would it, so is it like diluted? You know, again, I didn't ask too many questions because I didn't want them to be like, sorry girl, you don't need it anymore. But I just kind of like accepted it. So that was another thing that I found like a little bit odd. And then they changed the pricing of it. And I was like, why are you changing the pricing if it's the same thing? It was just, a lot of it was like very strange. But you know, with demand, the price is gonna go up. If you were to ask me, would I say that it's worth it? I guess it depends on the person. Like if you are like extremely overweight, maybe yeah. But if you just want to lose like 10 pounds, I don't think so. I think just go the normal way because I don't think that it's worth the money. You know, and I have other friends that were able to get semaglutide or whatever, Ozempic. They're able to get it through like their doctor because they actually have like diabetes. But again, with everything comes like a risk. And I don't know that it is worth it, to be completely honest with you. You guys know, like I will put anything on my face. I've done like lash perms. I've done things that I've never seen tested before on YouTube or anywhere. And I'm like the first to review it. So I really hope that you take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt and know that I am not trying to promote doing this. I just don't want anyone to essentially waste their money and go through it if they don't think it's actually absolutely worth it. Drink break. I know that part of like being on YouTube and doing anything on social media, like you have to be vulnerable, and the point is to help people. So I hope that that is seen here. And I am really sorry if I like offended anyone or, you know, or if I said anything incorrectly. I'm just telling you like kind of what I know and my experience. Oh, another thing, when you do reach like a certain weight, they will tell you that you don't need it anymore, which I think is a good thing because, you know, a lot of us just want to be like toothpicks, but like we can't, you know, it's not realistic. So they will stop you once you get to like a certain weight or a certain BMI. So I think that's a good thing. But anyway, let me know your thoughts, what you think about it, if you would do it, if you wouldn't do it. I hope this was helpful to somebody and that this does resonate with somebody who's maybe thinking about doing it. If it is helpful, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, you know, do the thing. I would really, really genuinely appreciate it. Love you. Bye.